Hello guys, my name is Chanu SK, SAP FICO and S4 HANA Finance Trainer. Today I would like to share you a very important topic. The topic name is Material Ledger and Actual Costing in S4 HANA Finance, and this topic is very hard guru, and this is one of the most important question so in real time. Okay, so let's understand this concept, and before moving to this topic, I request you, so those who are completely new to costing or controlling, and they don't have any basic knowledge on costing side, so please skip this video because you don't understand anything, right? So you just learn the basic topics like so what is cost centers, profit centers, internal orders, and cost element. So once you learn up all these things, then you can watch this video, and let's move to the topic without making any further delay. So I classified this video, I classified this concept into three sessions. One is session A, session B, and session B, like part A, part B, part C. Okay, so I will upload today one video, that is a part A. So in this video I will cover so what is material ledger and actual costing. So let's move to the topic. So generally beginners have some myths about this material ledger. Okay, so they feel that the material ledger is very complex and there are many complex terms that we need to use, and some more myth is that so material ledger and actual costing both should be activated, etc, etc. There are many myths are there. Okay, so this regarding this concept, but but I will make this concept very easier, so if you follow me and support. See, generally we think ML is a heavy means it's a big concept. Okay, yes, it's really big concept. So in real term it's a big concept, but for training it's not a big concept, because every trainer make this concept very simplified manner. Okay, so like that today I'm also making this concept in very simplified manner, and you won't find this PPT. So right now I made one PPT, right? So like that this PPT you cannot find in any other website or any YouTube channels. Okay, so please note it down, all these things what I have mentioned over here. So we think ML is heavy. The basic reason to have such a thinking is functionality moves around so numerous transactions covering across procurement, production planning, operations, and controlling. So it will touch across the lifeline of the materials journey in SAP landscape. So what exactly this means? See, so in order to learn material ledger, so it's a big concept. Okay, so we should aware the module. Okay, so first, what exactly module? So what is material management module, and what are the things will be involved in the material management? And so these things we need to know, and we need to know the production planning, operations, and controlling. Okay, so these are all important areas that we need to know, but here we are all skipping. So, and into learning about the material journey, so these are all stuff are very important. Okay, so with respect of material ledger, so today I am gonna cover so two areas. One is fixed assets and materials. So there is no relationship with the fixed assets and material. Fixed assets are different concept, and material ledger is also different concept. Why I am comparing, just like you can have a look at. Generally, so what is the purpose of fixed asset? Finally we need to get the closing balance of fixed assets. So for that you need to do some transactions that may be related to acquisitions, retirements, useful life, depreciation key, etc, depreciation posting. So these are all stuff that we need to do for closing balance of fixed asset. That is the final product, that is the final end result. Okay, so the same thing you need to put into the balance sheet, right? Like that, in order to arrive closing value of materials, so we need to set up price and receipts, invoice, consumption, etc. So many movements will be there related to materials. So there are different transactions will be happen. Okay, so in the journey of SAP landscape. So let's understand this concept in very detailed manner. So now let's move to the topic directly. Okay, so what exactly the material ledger? So material ledger is a sub ledger. So what are the sub ledgers we have? So we have accounts payable, this is one of the subledger. Accounts receivable, this is one of the subledger. Asset accounting, this is also one of the subledger. And material ledger is also one of the subledger. Okay, so I will show. So the data flow, okay, just give me some time. See, this is the data flow from transactional postings to balance sheet. See, accounts payable is one subledger, accounts receivables is one subledger, fixed assets is also one subledger, actual costing or ML, this is also one subledger. So all the balances relating to accounts payables, receivables, fixed assets, actual goes to general ledger. That is the reason general ledger is a bible. Okay, so general ledger is a bible. It contains all the subledgers. All the journal entries will move to the ledgers. Okay, that is subledgers. First entry is journal and the next entry is ledger. I mean, so once you segregated, then it's a subledger and then is ledger, and all these balances will move to trial balance, and finally we need to make out balance sheet. Why balance sheet? Why balance sheet? So to know the financial status of the company, position of the company. Okay, so balance sheet is required. See, so what is the position, what is the status, what are the assets in your company, what is the balance of your assets, and what are the inventory of the company, what is the balance of inventory of the closing. So closing inventory valuation is required. For that, actual costing is required. Okay, so how much cash is there in hand? Okay, and what are the stock and what are the liabilities? So current liabilities, long term liabilities, so these are all debts, right? So what is the capital of the company, what is the reserves? These are all stuff will be in the part of balance sheet. Okay, so closing stock valuation is very sensitive activity. Okay, please note. So closing stock valuation is very sensitive activity. For that, actual costing ML is required. Okay, let's understand this concept very detailed manner right now. So let's move to the topic. So topic is material ledger. Okay, so material ledger is one subledger, so please remember. Okay, and material ledger help to find out the actual cost of material. See, whether it should be raw material or semi-finished or finished, whatever material it should be, finally we need to calculate actual costing. So whether the price should be moving average price or standard price, whatever. Okay, finally we need to calculate closing balance. Okay, so for that, material valuation is important, ML is important. Okay, so create actual cost in multiple currencies and valuations. Okay, so once we think about currencies, how many currencies in an SAP? See, so generally in ECC there are 3 currency system allow. Okay, in S4 HANA 10 currencies. One currency is company code currency, you know very well, and the another is global company code currency. Okay, and let's move to the currencies topic. Okay, right now we are going again FI. So we are in controlling part. So because in order to learn material ledger, so we should aware the FI. Okay, and MM. Okay, and some part PP and controlling. See, generally we have 5 types of currencies. One is company code currency, and second one is group currency, hard currency, indexed based currency, global company currency. I'm sorry, last time I told you global company code. It's a global company currency. Okay, see, generally company code currency, you know very well, at the time of creation OX02 we need to give the company code currency. Okay, that's fine, everyone will know. So group currency is at client level. Okay, so group currency is assigned at client level, so please remember this. And hard currency is the currency which is assigned at the country level. Okay, so why the hard currency? Because some countries price fluctuations happen on a regular basis. Okay, so their raw material, that is the reason raw material price are always not same for that country, it vary. So because of price fluctuations. Okay, and global company currency is the currency is assigned to company and internal trading partner. internal trading partner purpose. So global company currency is required. Okay, in S4 HANA 9 currencies, 10 currencies. In ECC 3 currencies. Okay, so the main currencies in S4 HANA is company code currency and global company currency. So ML and ML's material ledger will support only 3 currencies. That means inventory valuation can be carried out only 3 currencies. Okay, so first one is group currency, and the second one we cannot say it should be hard group currency, hard currency, or indexed based or global currency. It depends upon the company code. Okay, depends upon the company, which type of company, which type of currencies currency need to evaluate. Okay, so the client will say don't worry. So total 5 types of currencies. So now why I'm explaining this concept regarding the currencies, because so people so most of the people don't aware how many currencies in S4 HANA and what are the types. That is the reason, so I'm just giving the overview. Okay, so first thing is actual cost for materials. Okay, so why we are doing material ledger? So all configurations and back end side and everything we are doing, right? So it is for the actual cost of materials, and calculate actual cost in multiple currencies. Right now I explained. Okay, so valuation be done in 3 currencies in ML. Okay, and valuations. What is valuations? So legal valuation, group valuation, profit center valuation. So three kinds of valuation here. One is legal, group, and profit center. So multi currencies means company code currency and 2 extra company code, 2 extra, it's optional. Okay, so this is about material ledger, and let's move to the actual costing. See, generally for the actual costing is just like, so actual cost equal to standard cost of material plus variances. What is variances? I will tell you later. I will take separate sessions for that. So variance is just like price difference variance. Okay, because raw material fluctuation is very, very much in different countries. So that is the reason at the time of goods receipt, so there should be some variance, price difference variance account, right? So you might have heard about this one. So that amount will goes to price difference account. At the time of invoice also, you need to maintain price difference account, right? So whatever the variances are there, that we need to include. Okay, so actual cost is just like material standard price of materials plus variances. So we need to calculate actual cost. The concept works: actual cost equal to standard cost of material plus variances. So this is the formula. Okay, so actual cost is calculated at the period end. Okay, so that is the reason. So in if you go to the material master, where so accounting tab 1, periodic unit price will be there. Okay, so this is for actual costing, right? So why it is difficult to calculate actual cost? What is the reason the companies will face most difficulty to calculate actual cost? Because of business transactions happening with other organizations within the organizations, and because of price reasons, various variances, that is like price purchase variance and exchange rate variances, and multinational with different plants, goods movements between the plants. These are all things make this concept little bit difficult. Okay, so let's move to another slide. See, this is the concept as given in a very clear manner. Let's say here goods receipt, okay, and invoice, vendor invoice, and consumption, and these are all, that means all the moment types. Okay, all the moment type transactions will goes to material ledger. All the activities will be recorded with the material ledger, since it is a sub ledger. So that whatever the balance is with respect of sub ledgers will goes to the main ledger, right? So finally we need to do a month ending activity. Okay, it is called as actual costing. So material ledger and actual costing little bit slightly different, but it is the same, right? So goods received, invoice receipt, and consumption, these are all things, these are all movements. Okay, so consumption is one of the movement, goods receipt movement, and whatever the movement with respect of transactions that will move to one ledger, that is called as a material ledger. And finally we need to do one activity that is called as a month end closing actual costing. So CKML CP we need to run. CKML CP, this is the final transaction code that we need to run in order to achieve actual costing, right? And this is the part A. I hope this you enjoy this session, and in the part B I will tell you what is a material ledger in depth. I mean, in some important areas I will explain, that part will be covered in the part 2, material ledger concept. So thank you very much for your support. This is Chanu SK signing off.